Hard to believe it's been 25 years since the former Northwestern basketball coach is shot and killed by a white supremacist as his children watched.
But the story of Ricky Birdsong lives on with a new documentary about what happened then and how to help fight the hate right now. WGN's Patrick Elwood talks with Birdsong's family.
Downtown Chicago's Union League Club and the annual Illinois Fatherhood Initiative Awards Night is taking place. Formed in 1997, IFI provides resources to help dads of different economic levels, ages, and cultures navigate their roles in parenting. Among the honorees are kids who have written essays about their great dads.
My father has always shown fairness.
My dad always makes me happy.
He holds my heart and leads forever. I feel blessed to have my father.
But also in this crowd, a standout young man carrying the legacy of his father, Ricky Birdsong Jr., the son of the late former Northwestern basketball coach Ricky Birdsong Sr., killed in a race-based hate crime by a follower of a white supremacist. The year was 1999, July 2nd. Coach Birdsong was taking an early evening jog near their Skokie home while two of his three children, 8-year-old Ricky Jr. and 10-year-old sister Kelly, rode their bikes alongside like they often did. 25 years later,
I remember every moment.
Ricky Jr. remembers the day his dad died with instant total recall, gunned down before his children's eyes.
I remember just turning the corner and hearing a loud car racing down the street. Didn't think of anything of it, and then just hearing some gunshots that I thought was fireworks that ended up being gunshots, and looking at my dad hobbling around by a tree.
His father died several hours later at Evanston Hospital on July 3rd. 2.5 decades and 1 million tears, hugs, and laughs later, his only son has just completed a documentary about that horrific crime and what followed, having to grow up without his father, simply entitled Birdsong.
There's Ricky Birdsong, first-year coach played at Iowa State. He's been to Detroit Mercy, also an assistant coach at Arizona with Lute Olson.
Told in the words of family, many friends, and the coach's players. John Aricchio is the film's co-producer and director. His wife grew up with Ricky Jr., so they became fast friends.
I learned that the shooter had been indoctrinated into this hate group.
The film deals head-on with hate groups in our country, then and now. According to the Southern Poverty Law Center, which tracks hate groups in the U.S., they have grown steadily since the year 2000. In that year, it identified 599 hate groups. In 2023, that number has skyrocketed to 1,430.
When I was 8 years old, my father was gunned down right next to me.
I want people to, understand that love is stronger than hate, and that these types of hate crimes are continuing to rise.
But the timing of this documentary really couldn't be any better, because the son and his wife Maura just had a baby of their own, Ricky Birdsong III, who they call Trey. And listen to this, Trey was born in the very same place, Evanston Hospital, where his grandfather died. At the IFI dinner, Ricky Jr. was given the award named for his father. It recognizes dads who possess the coach's endearing qualities, being good role models for their kids and others in the community.
He's probably thinking, well, you really didn't have to do all that. I would much rather be there than watching down from above.
Ricky's widow, Sherilyn, is so proud of how her kids have coped with their father's loss.
You have to turn the tragedy into the victory. I know that my mom says that all the time, and that's like the cliche slogan or whatever, but it's the truth.
I had the pleasure of emceeing the IFI event, and Ricky Jr. and John tell me they're hoping the Birdsong documentary will be picked up by a distributor soon. We'll keep you posted. In the meantime, if you want to learn more about that and the Illinois Fatherhood Initiative, we'll have a link attached to this story at WGNTV.com. Patrick Elwood, WGN News.